Hi, my name is Livia, and today I'm going to be sharing the books that I plan to read for Diverseathon. I have filmed this video 3 times now, and I've had technical difficulties, so forgive me if I'm rushing it or anything. I'm a little bit frustrated. And the second time I did it, my thoughts came out so clearly. I loved how I said it, and I was so irritated. But anyway, I plan to actually not do this for a week. I plan to have Diverseathon last until the end of the month. This, with school and just the amount of books that I want to read for Diverseathon specifically, it's just not enough time in 1 week. And I like the idea of giving it until the end of September. And I have a lot of thoughts on diversity in booktube, in literature, in the world, and I don't have time to film it right now because I wasted like 20 minutes trying to do this video a couple times. But anyway, I was just going to do it in a separate video, maybe along with my September wrap-up, since it's at the end of the month. But yeah, and I love the idea of this readathon, and I think it's a beautiful thing. So let's get right into the books I plan to read. Okay, actually, I'm going to check the camera just to make sure there's no technical difficulties, because if this isn't recording, I'm going to die. The first book I have is Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, and this was required reading for me the summer before 12th grade. And I thought this was such a beautiful book, and this was the first one to actually make me kind of tear up at the end. The only thing I can remember, I can't remember details about this book, but I just remember it ending so beautifully sad to me. And I felt so good about writing that we had some assignments with it, and I just felt so on top of everything because I love this book, and it was so easy to do the assignments and analyze it because there's a lot to it and it's beautiful. So I can't wait to get to it. And I love this 50th anniversary edition, by the way. The next book I have is Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. This one I picked this up because the author was recommended to me by my race studies professor from last semester. He was that professor or teacher that just pulled out quotes like it was nothing, and pulled out, he would say, oh yeah, I read this book, and I would write in the side of my notebook every time he'd mention a book that he read that he loved or a quote. He just seemed so knowledgeable. Do you ever have those teachers that just seem like they spew knowledge? He was one of them. And he's just so wise, and he's so kind. Easily one of my favorite professors ever. And I came to him and I told him my idea to write a book. I just recently got inspiration for it, and he you know what he told me? He goes, that's so wonderful that you want to do that because there's not there's not enough black authors out there. And he also told me, he goes, I'm sure whatever book you're writing, your main character is going to look like you. That's what he said. And he goes, and we need more of that too, because I don't see enough black girls in books or movies. And I just love that he said that because it's so true. It's so true. Think about, I'm going to talk specifically about film right now. Think about the biggest blockbusters with female leads. I'm going to speak specifically on what I relate to, and that's black girls. And you don't get many black girl leads. It seems like the only place for black women in the film industry is in movies that portray a slave narrative, as if that's the only place they can go, as if they can't be your normal protagonist in a big blockbuster action film. And that's how it feels in books too, as if in a book like Throne of Glass, the only fitting one would be a white character as opposed to someone who looks like me. And it just, I'm going to talk more about this in a separate video, like I said, but that discussion with him just highlighted whatever book I read or whatever book I plan to write, the main character is going to look like me. I know that for sure. And you know why? Because I don't know of anyone who looks like me. I haven't seen a girl with hair like me, with skin like me, who's the one who's leading all the other characters, who's kicking butt like crazy. I haven't seen someone like me who's the Selena Sordorthian, who's the Katniss Everdeen, who's the Triss, who, you know, I haven't seen that. I really literally can't think of one. And the same goes for film. Speaking of my hair, it's very wild today. Oh my gosh. I came out the shower and I could not think of anything to do with it, so it's going afro. And I mean, what does that say to other black girls out there? Because oftentimes the argument will be, well, there's a side character who was black, so therefore the book is diverse. But I mean, if they're never the protagonist, what does that say? That they can't carry a story? That they don't have a story to tell? There's a lot to go on that. But anyway, he told me he recommended Octavia Butler to me. She's a black author who writes like sci-fi novels, not your average slave narrative. And so they have black leads, and that's the only reason why I picked it up. I don't know the plot of it, actually. I'm only a few pages in, and I'm liking it though. So there's that one. The next book I want to read, another one I don't know the plot to at all, is The Help. I just know I've heard so much about this, and I know it's a diverse book. Yeah, not much else to say for that one. So The Help. I'm a broke college student, and there's so many more diverse books I want to buy for this month, but I don't have the money to, so I'm just holding out until my birthday, when I have a feeling my mom's gonna get me some Barnes & Noble gift cards. So then I'm just gonna buy these other books I'm about to mention. So another book I want to read is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. I've heard a lot of things about this one. The cover is beautiful, and I heard that's gonna be a movie with Amanda Stenberg, so I definitely want to get to this one. Another book I want to read is The Wrath and the Dawn. I'm not sure who it's by. Once again, I've heard a lot about it. It's on everyone's diverse TBR, it seems, and yeah, I've only heard good things about it, so I want to read that. I just realized I don't have time to finish this video. I have to wrap it up right now. I have to go somewhere. Any other books that I wanted to read, I'm going to leave them down in the description so you can see my full list, and I'm probably going to blabber in the description because that's what I always do. While I'm waiting for this video to upload, I just talk in the description. So yeah, I'll leave the books I'm going to read, and I'll tell you a little bit more about them. So yeah, that's what my month is going to be looking like, reading those books. And thank you for watching. Bye!